Previously on HomeBrew Detritus.
That sounded so weak.
You weren't going to do anything weird this time? Just
previously on HomeBrew Detritus.
That's from when we started playing Starfinder. Give me a more fantasy voice.
No. Spice! No.
Previously on HomeBrew Detritus.
Now Tim Curry.
I got nothing.
Can I feel this one? Previously on HomeBrew Detritus, Peter Pan!
Alright, so we're officially LARPers now.
All right. Welcome to our new LARPing podcast, HomeBrew
Detritus.
I shoot myself in the head.
28 beat your CMT.
Yeah.
You were grappled. As this mass of tumors and body parts reaches out and snags into, we'll say it grabs a hold of your leg, squeezing and dealing you that damage. Rolling to confirm. No, we don't roll to confirm anymore.
Yep, just
should have flanked, Kevin, you dumbass.
I think he successfully came at you, bro.
Yeah, a 20 on the dice as I came at you, bro.
16 points of damage, bludgeoning.
A walloping blow from Razbad, who is still grappled but managing to do damage. So as this creature Folly's bubble is bursted and the room fills with gore like the two elevators opening in The Shining, you turn to see... Shut up, Kevin!
Sorry.
Not me. That was not Matt.
You turn around to see that not only is Dorian down and unconscious, but the dwarf you rescued is nowhere to be seen. We'll figure out what happens next week on HomeBrew Detritus.
I burned the thing.
No!
Is his regeneration already off, or do I need to burn him again? It's already
His
off, right?
regeneration's off, yeah. Oh.
That was fun.
Lost City of Zenge.
Space!
So you dip into Arnold territory when you do it, Kevin. It's weird.
Yeah.
Space.
Not just in volume, but also in facial expressions. It's a very, it's a very, oh shit, Mars, Arnold on Mars.
Oh yeah,
Total Recall.
Yeah, just your eyes bugging out of your head.
Thinking the same thing. It was just like Total Recall.
Did y'all see that article I posted? How Kevin Smith wants Arnold to play Galactus.
I love that idea.
I like it too. I think it'd be cool. Just like,
Got the head for it.
I am here to devour your planet.
I didn't know who Galactus was until you said that. Now
he's the world leader.
He's the big, giant planet-eating
Silver Surfer's boss.
Yeah.
From Fantastic Four.
Oh, comic books.
Wonderful comic book.
Dude, speaking of comics, have y'all been watching Invincible?
I haven't caught the latest episode, but
it's so fucking good.
I am halfway through that intro episode. It's an hour long, and I wasn't sure when the group meeting would be actually posted, so I started it.
Oh, you mean today? You're watching it today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
It's
maybe some
delightful.
tricks.
There's a point in the first episode where you're gonna go, the fuck is this? Why am I watching this?
Oh no, I put my faith in Kirkman 100%.
Kirkman.
And then.
Wait, why are you putting your faith in Kirkman? Is it Walking Dead or Battle Pope?
Battle Pope.
Or Invincible. All
Battle
three.
Pope. Absolutely Battle Pope.
Yeah,
Battle Pope was a good comic. I stand by that.
I thought The Walking Dead, the comic book, was actually quite entertaining.
It was for me until it got away from the zombies and got into the weird human clans. When Glenn died in the book, as kind of when I stopped reading the books. And when Glenn died on the show was when I stopped giving a shit about the show. So
Still watching it?
no, I mean, when it comes on Netflix, I might binge it in the background.
Is it still airing?
Yeah.
Lord.
The book ended.
How?
The books have ended. The show will
Thankfully.
go on because it's still one of the most watched things on television.
Weird.
It does have a very good formula. Nothing, cliffhanger. Nothing, cliffhanger.
It has a recognizable formula in that it's lost with zombies.
That first season of The Walking Dead revitalized me into thinking like, oh, zombie shit can be good. And then the second season, they stayed on a farm for 10 episodes. And it ended with a guy who had an unlimited rounds and a pump action shotgun. And I was like, yep, this is, I'm just here for the zombies, I guess. And when they stopped being cool, I stopped giving a shit.
Yes, but Coral got shot through a deer.
Coral.
That's what happens when you let British actors play Americans.
You shut your mouth about Benedict Cumberbatch.
Butterbean cucumber match?
Cumberbund Bandersnatch?
That's not who I was referring to, but okay.
Eugene Levy?
That's because he's
Gene
a
Levy.
he's a good British actor with a solid American accent.
You know who's a good British actor that has a terrible American accent?
Stephen Curry.
No. The guy that played Wesley in The Princess Bride. Every time you see him doing an American accent, you're like, oh, you suck.
Carrie Hughes.
Carrie Elwes, yeah.
I like Hugh Lowry. I think he does a good American.
No, he slips
Accent.
sometimes too.
Yeah, but I mean, so do most people from like upper crust.
I never slip
Rhode
into my
Island.
native Southern accent.
Hey, Bo, we going down to the creek and we going fishing.
I don't want to take anything away from Andrew Lincoln. I think the dude is a decent actor from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
But you can only do so much with the script you're given. And
True.
you know what he did with the latest script is he went, I haven't seen my family in a while, so bye. And he left the show.
I don't know. I've never been able to not see him in that chunky sweater I saw him in, like in an old magazine modeling gig. He did just this huge cable knit sweater. I'm like,
Oh, one of those sweaters that always looks like it's filled with static electricity.
yes, yeah. Like, it's got to be like 1,000,000 degrees wearing the sweater, even in like Antarctica.
Yeah, there are specific times when cable knit sweaters are the most comfortable thing in the world.
Yeah, when you're a grandma.
When you're crab fishing.
They always make me feel frumpy. Hate sweaters.
Frumpy.
You just said frumpy. You're basically an old grandma.
Yo, frumpy.
I don't like
you
to feel
you frumpy
frumpy.
jackanapes.
If you're going to use the word frumpy, you have to look over your glasses when you say it.
I don't like to feel frumpy. All right?
That's some thumbnail stuff right there.
Make that a TikTok.
Probably won't work.
Right, you're our TikTok person now. You're slinging up videos left and that's
Are
about
you?
it.
Left.
Just two videos.
I threw 2 up.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, one's left
And
and
both
one's
of
right.
them are, well, they're both real cringy.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's TikTok for you.
Am I a conventionally attractive man with a fit body? No. But do I have confidence and a hilarious sense of humor? Also, no.
I'm feeling it. I'm getting that feeling.
I just haven't found anything interesting enough that I think I want to record. And I don't know how to do it. But I like
Yeah,
watching some stuff in
That
there.
right
It's
there.
funny.
That would have been perfect. That actually would have been perfect. That would get the deadpan humor.
Huh?
I wasn't trying to be deadpan humorous though.
I think
That's
I think
the point.
somebody threw Mahogany's computer in like the dryer because it's flipping around. And
Well,
okay.
And you're muted.
I
I
can't
think
hear
it's
ya.
pretty obvious that my camera fell.
It's hard to tell with because your background tries to stay the same. And it's your computer fighting with the violent juggling of your camera.
Yeah, it's like a found footage movie when things get jittery.
Yeah. Obviously, that's when they drop the camera. Calm down.
I'm saying that my solution had its own brand of elegance. Okay.
You speak so much with your sinuses.
Thank you.
It's like a 2001 pop punk band.
Yeah, some people punctuate with punctuation. Terrence punctuates with the sniffies.
Yes. It's how I show my disdain for the universe.
Yeah, and we get it a lot. Let's go to another
He's
universe
just
then.
Full of disdain.
Yeah. Let's,
Yeah, we were trying to save Terrence's life.
Yeah, he might not have the sniffies.
You might
He
have
has the knocked out coldies,
Mahogany, are
slowly dying.
Mahogany, are you recording? All right, let's just jump on into this fucking map.
Right?
Oh, let me set up the map.
And do that.
Hey, continue to banter about while
I'm out of banter. This is going to be terrible.
So this is an old favorite that I'm drinking, and I decided to go back to it.
grab a drink real quick.
It's
You take
children's
some,
It's
blood.
not gonna take
You
that
take
long.
some dried blueberries,
Uh-huh.
and you drop them in the bottom of a glass, and then you pour some bourbon in there, and that's it.
Wait, how fast do they rehydrate?
I mean, they never get fully rehydrated. It's just you get a nice little,
Oh, to just leach
Like-
the...
yeah,
So
you get that swirl coming up from the bottom of the glass, and it's
okay,
like
I see.
it's a little bit of sweet, it's a little bit of blueberry. It's
basically
very nice.
like boba bourbon?
Would it work with
No, because it's just dried fruit.
would it work
but-
with frozen blueberries?
Like think about yeah, that would work. I think. I mean, not as well
Oh, okay.
because the frozen blueberry is probably like you'd have to let it sit a little bit longer, and it's got probably has water in it as
Juicy.
well. Whereas this is like very concentrated, and at the end you get to
Very
have some alcohol
Oh,
fruit,
shut up.
and it's very nice.
Not a fan of alcohol fruit. It always
Like what is the bourbon drink with the mashed up cherry in the bottom? Is it a Manhattan or
Old
is it
fashioned.
It's an
old fashioned? Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I think about it, is like an old fashioned without doing all the work. You can just
You just buy the pre-chewed fruit, throw it at the bottom.
you just drop a couple in
I think
Just
that's
drop a
called
couple
baby
in.
food.
and live your life.
Actually, I think that's
I
called,
prefer
in actuality, a Bellini, where they put the like the nectar or the concentrate at the bottom and fill it up with champagne.
No, I'm not talking
With
about a
champagne,
Bellini.
yes, it's a Bellini.
I'm talking about an old fashioned. Yeah. But without doing all the work.
Well, we got the map up.
I think that's
Hey,
called
look
an
at
old
that.
outfit.
That should be a dead monster, though.
Yeah.
It is a dead
Yeah.
monster.
Put some X's over its many thousands of eyes so we know.
I am going to delete this. I just wanted people to see it one more time because it's a fun little blood
Show
splatter
it real
monster.
big again so we can all get grossed out.
is zoom it in.
Ooh,
All
look
right.
at that thing.
Holy jerk.
And you killed it. Yep.
All right, so I've got less than a minute to live in case anyone's curious.
Before we get to Terrence's character death,
We're gonna take.
I did
58
this
seconds.
for you can see that Nim has a little motion in the face. We talked about that a couple episodes ago, or last episode, I can't remember. I've been able to do that for a few others now.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
We'll zoom in here. Bam. Oh,
Can't see it because out there it is.
there we go.
Oh,
Look
that's
at the
real
queen.
Cool.
That
It's
looks
subtle,
good.
but I like it.
Subtle
Yeah.
Sonder.
So we'll
Great
just
name.
get rid of that old,
Perfectly normal, subtle Sonder.
get rid of that old garbage there.
Perfectly normal.
And just because we all know Dorian's not going to die, just somebody has to save him. So he probably shouldn't die, but I was able to do it for him as well.
Oh, okay.
I like it.
He's got a ghost cigarette, but it's cool.
Now that's a face you can fuck.
It is pretty.
Are you saying my normal
Great.
face isn't fuckable in some way?
Yes, Terrence.
Oh.
It's the beard.
Yes, yes, you are a fuck face.
Thank you, I think.
And
Did you
then
get the
you be quiet for a second. I ain't forgot about
sorry.
you.
Daddy is talking.
Sorry.
God, he's so needy. Bip.
I love it.
Now Kage in wolf fox form.
I
Nice.
like it.
Puppy.
Now, unfortunately, Amon's token doesn't actually have a face.
Sorry.
And I tried with the orc, and it just basically said there's no face on that photo.
What M face?
That's too hideous to animate. Please leave ancestry.com immediately.
If you got ugly ancestors, it's just not going to help you.
Not the place for you. The Dorian and Sandra, they look good.
Sonder one really looks good.
They're really cool.
I like
I'm
both
good.
of them. I got to go in and do some tweaks to it like I did with yours and see if I can. I want to try and get them circular so they look like tokens like the other ones. But, the real job gets in the way from doing fun stuff like that from time to time.
You don't have a real job.
Dorian is incredibly animated.
Now, look, Terrence, I didn't have a real job for like 14 years, but now with the lack of employees, I have to work for a living. I used to just let other people work and made the owners think that I was busy, but that's changed and I don't like it.
That was not a real stab at you. I was making fun of people who don't think restaurant work is real.
Oh,
Real
well,
work.
it still hurt my feelings.
Yeah,
Not
man.
because you said it, but because I miss all that time off I used to have.
Toker sensitive.
Well,
Sensitive, right in the butt area.
Mm-hmm.
I will run over to Dorian's body and lay my hands upon his
Don't say crotch. Don't say crotch.
form,
Rosy cheeks.
down form, and say a quick prayer to Desna, healing him for 7 points of. Oh no, we're level 5 now, so 8 points of healing.
All
You need
right.
a reflex save. See if you trip over that saw blade on your way.
Razbad's head rolls over, sticks his tongue out, heals me. Got it.
Akage is also going to run over and kind of be more in the way.
Thanks.
Not
Defensively,
actually
Razbad.
helping.
I would like to go explore the cage.
Okay. We'll just zoom out here. I'm not going to bother moving your minis around. This is just so you have a frame of reference for where we're all at.
All right. Dorian inhales sharply as he gets the life restoring energy pumped through his veins. I'm back at 1 hit point, which is nice, I guess.
And then, can you use a heal check to actually restore any hit points to a character?
No.
Not
you're
this one.
You're thinking of Starfinder.
I just wanted to make sure that I was, in fact, thinking Starfinder versus Pathfinder.
We're out of initiatives. We can probably just use wand charges, right?
I saw that he was bleeding to death with a plus 11 to heal checks.
Oh,
I
that's fine.
just reacted quickly
All right.
there, and it was my last
I'm saying to top him
spell
off
for
or whatever.
today.
just-
All right.
Use
After
the wand.
Dorian gets his bearings, like after he comes around, I sit straight up. I begin looking around. Where's that fucking dwarf?
Gone.
Dorian, drink this, and I will hand you a potion of cure light.
I don't.
I
Save
say,
those potions.
Shut up! I'm role playing.
the dwarf is
We
gone.
have
I say
told
in the
this
down.
kid multiple times to
Shut
save the potions.
I'm
And I'm saying, like,
role-playing. Shut up.
Razbad is actually telling Akage
All right, I'm at
to
5 hit
save
points.
potions.
Too bad. I throw the bottle away. The dwarf is gone. I point to where he was.
Where was he?
He had stayed past where Razbad's character is there when the combat started, and then after that, you kind of lost visual of him. He definitely didn't join you in the combat. When you turn around at the end of the combat, he was just simply gone.
I mean,
Help
that's
me
kind
out.
of his MO. But did you? You didn't tell any of us. But did you? I can't remember if you rearmed that trap.
Rearmed it? No.
I mean, I'm asking out of character just because I don't remember if you. I know
No,
we
I didn't
talked about
rearm it.
you
I made it
rearming
where I could rearm it if I wanted to.
I gotcha.
So while you guys are discussing where the Tarok went, Amon casually strolls over to the cage and gives it an examination. Give me a perception check. We can't hear you.
Perception. I got a 20 total.
Give me your mortician profession.
Ooh, I'm good
I
at
love
that.
that this comes up.
Oh, that's
It always fails.
13. I went from a 20 to a 2. I would call it a corner die, but I was like,
So in the cage, you can see body parts still. You had to stroll through a bunch because where that creature died, like I said at the end, it basically just exploded and just gore and body parts went everywhere. But now that you're taking an examination of, you know, what's left in the room and specifically what's in the cage, you do see a number of partially dissected remains, which you can tell with your mortician check fairly easily is that they are humanoid, but some of them don't appear to be, or most of them don't appear to be human or any of the say popular races that you can find in the area, like dwarf or halfling or anything like that.
oh yeah. So I'll point that out. Definitely, it's like not everybody is from around here. There's some odd pieces here.
I go over and look over the bodies, see if I recognize what they would be from.
Give me a knowledge nature.
Knowledge nature.
So these are not the corpses of the dwarves
15.
we're looking for.
No, clearly not. But I'm actually a little bit more concerned about our.
The missing dwarf.
Yes.
They do appear to be humanoid. Like I said, with that 18, you can tell that these, most of these body parts seem to be from the creatures you fought back in the Dwarven halls, the dark folk.
I'll let everyone know. Yeah, those are dark folk limbs. Look over there. That's it. That's a thigh.
Fascinating. I stand up and does anyone have any other healing potions, healing items or spells?
Yes, I already rolled 23 points of healing for you. Do you need
Okay.
more than that?
Well, let's see. I'm down 35 before that. So let's see. That leaves me with what? 12 damage?
All right, that's another 6.
That's fine. I'll just be at -6.
And I'm down to the point, you know, I'm throwing me, say, 5 charges off that one.
Let's see. First time around, A plus 4 plus 3, so that's 15. And then 8 and 7, that's another 15.
All right, that's perfect. Thank you.
All right. After she's done healing me, I'm going to fire up my dancing lights again and sail them out in front of me as I head back into the room that he was in. I'm going to call his name. If you're hiding, you better come out. We all know you're a coward, but if you've betrayed us in some way...
The Razbad, here is your flail. And I hand you back your weapon.
Ah, thank you. Stow it away.
Well, correct.
For the
That
sake.
was much more useful.
All right, do I spy him anywhere in this room?
You do not.
In the room, and before we all leave the other room, did we look around to see if there still look like some dark corners and things like that in the other room? Did we thoroughly investigate the room to make sure there were no dwarfs or dwarf bodies, or just look in the one cage?
You basically
should
just
do
search
that.
the one cage, yeah. So here's the
I
thing: is
rolled,
Dorian is forging ahead.
I'm
Okay,
sticking
well-
with Dorian since I'm a tracker.
Well, then, do that.
I rolled a 26 to check out the rest of the room.
I just want to make sure he's not nearby, waiting to ambush us.
21 to survival check.
Okay, so back in this,
Searching for his tracks, heading away from south of us.
so back in the room where you fought the beast, you do not, with your search check, Sandra, you do not see anything else. as far as the people that might be hiding in here. It just looks like this might have been a place where somebody or something was keeping this body ooze alive. You can deduce that it's been fed well from the Monster Lord check that you got last episode or episode before, I can't remember. But no, nothing else of interest in this room. And then with your survival check there, Razbad, in this room, you can see, because it just happened. It looks like you can see where the dwarf was standing. You knew that for a fact because you were basically standing right behind him. And it looks like he turned tail and ran, but you can't tell when it gets to this crossroads here which direction he went after that.
I'll explain to Dorian. I've lost his tracks, but we know he was heading south. Where do you want to search first?
Hold on.
Actually, I'm going to detect for alignments real quick. See if I see anything in any direction. Do a 360 sweep of one alignment for 4 turns.
And what's the range on that?
60 feet.
Okay, so yeah, you don't detect any
60-foot cone.
I turn back toward Akage and I point and I tap my nose. I'm like, I think we need you here.
I don't believe that I smell any better, any more well.
You don't smell better when you're a fox?
I do not have scent ability.
Can I get this?
You don't get any of the creature abilities? That sucks.
Yeah, you're a werefox, dude.
No, I'm a kitsune, and they don't have scent as an ability.
You don't get it. You don't get it when you become a physical fox.
Don't believe I can actually become a physical fox.
I thought kitsune can do all 3.
I can change shape between one humanoid and one kitsune.
Okay. I thought you had like an actual animal form. My bad.
Could I give it a survival check, Toker?
Sure.
Get a shot. Woohoo. 18 plus 7, so was that 26? No. 25?
Yeah, you can tell that the difficulty here doesn't come from the tracks. It's the same issue you had when you first came in here, is that the ground is just it's very difficult to track in this cave, just from the kind of moisture. It's not like dry dust that you can see or anything. It's just it's wet stone. So a footprint vanishes fairly quickly after it's been left.
Well, then I say let's take the least dangerous path and go south.
We just came from there, didn't we?
No, we came from. I thought we came from the.
No, we came from there. That's where we found the other.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah,
you guys have been everywhere except further to the west.
Rickety bridge. Yeah,
that's right. So yeah, the only one left way to go. Let's search for those other dwarves.
And I secure the rope again to myself and tell a few people on this side to hold it. That way I can test the safety of the bridge as we go across.
Okay.
So yeah, we do that.
That's right. I forgot it's a loop.
A loop?
Yes, and after double checking...
Loopity map.
After double checking, Kitsune can only take the form of a human or a furry. They cannot be a fox.
That's weird.
This furry fact is brought to you by Kool-Aid Jammers.
It's because I'm not a werefox.
He's a flarper.
Back with the flarping again.
If you don't know what flarping is, you're watching these episodes out of order. You should go back 1 week.
Yeah, you're going to be real confused.
Are you? I feel like there's some context clues here.
And just for the adventure, why are we in this dungeon? Find out why watching all the episodes in order. Boy, my mouth talking bits are not working well.
Well,
that's cool. We're only recording 3 of these episodes today, so not being at 100% is fine.
Sweet. Yeah. Luckily, I have beer to help to loosen those bolts.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
I don't
All right,
know.
so Dorian has agreed to go across. Who is going to hold the other end of the rope while he crosses?
I will.
I'll hold some of that rope.
Oh, good. More than one, the better. All right. I will go across, testing it as I go, even occasionally putting a little extra pressure on it with a hard hop on something I think is, since I know that they are holding on to me, a hard hop onto something I think might look a little unstable.
All right, give me a perception check.
That gives me I rolled a 10. That gives me a 22.
Hot damn.
So while the way across appears rickety, you do believe that after walking across, it's fairly sturdy. What's left,
right.
Though you would suggest not risking more than one going across at a time.
Okay.
However, with that same perception, as you get to the other side there, you can hear from further in a very weak, "Is that light I see? Is that light?"
Does it sound like the dwarf or does it sound like a different dwarf?
This one sounds more feminine.
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to keep my... I don't actually have a weapon that could fight another one of those oozes, so I'll just keep my distance as we approach.
Okay.
Yeah, so after I get across, I will... if I can find something sturdy, I will secure the rope to that side just to make sure everyone has a chance to just, hold on to it as they come across. And then I'll roll it up when we all get on the more stable area.
Cool. But are you going to go further in?
Yeah, I will.
Just to make room for everybody else that's coming over. Okay. Your dancing lights already being over there. As you come in, this kind of deep expanse is opened up. You can see that this looks like it was another similar kind of four-way section, but a lot of the ground has given way into the darkness below.
Who's there? There. Speak.
To the south, you see like the other, you see kind of a haggard female dwarf. She's in the same kind of garb as the other sailors, and as she sees you, she comes wearily closer, and she goes, "Oh, praise the gods. I thought I was gonna die here."
Easy on that edge, I say as I step closer.
You can see her predicament.
Yeah.
There's not really a way for her to cross. She's leaned up against the cave wall, and even though she's not talking loud, you can hear her through because the expanse of the cave is echoey. She goes, "Careful, there was those things that chased us."
Yes, we found some.
I believe there's more further to the west.
Fantastic.
It's something else. Something dark and mean.
What was the dwarf's name again? Torbjorn?
Tarek.
No, that's the guy from Overwatch.
Torbjorn.
Yeah. Do you know Tarek?
When you say his name, she spits, even though she seems
then I say then you do.
I was hoping that son of a bitch got eaten. Tell me you found his corpse.
Sadly, no. We rescued him, and then he left us to die fighting some sort of monstrosity back there.
He left his watch post while we slept. I watched many of our... She gets a little teary-eyed. Friends die. And he was nowhere to be found.
Yes, well, let's get you out of here as quick as we can. I assume other people have crossed by now?
Sure. Give me a little order of cross in there, if you guys would.
I'll go last so that I can untie the rope.
Okay.
Cross.
I'll go next.
Just give me enough room to run. That's all I need.
Oh, saying I don't know if there's enough room. Is there enough room for all of us over there?
Well.
Yeah. Fourth.
Yeah, I'll go next.
Sandra said she wanted to be fourth.
I said I go fourth.
I didn't hear you, sorry.
I said it 4 times.
Zoom hates your feminine voice. It's like that's clearly background noise.
What is that? No, we don't need that.
Yeah, it's not somebody speaking to a microphone.
All right, so as soon as someone can secure me, I'm going to leap across the pit. The chasm?
So just so you can see, make the grid a little brighter there for you. What kind of DC you'd be dealing with, depending on where you wanted to jump.
So with a running start, the DC is just the roll, correct?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go. Can you repeat yourself?
I said with a running start, the DC, the result is basically equal to the roll, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so as long as it doesn't exceed my actual movement speed. So if I'm 10 feet, 15, 20, I can actually make that with the check, and I got a 27 on the roll, on the acrobatics roll.
Okay.
Job.
You do a fucking front flip.
Why were you trying to stop him, Mikage?
I wanted to ask her for two things, actually. One, I've got a racial ability that gives me bonuses to jumping and shit. Also, how did she get over there? How do you know this is not a trap?
I don't, I say, as I leap.
Okay. And you got 27s. That's 5, 15. So yeah, you could get next to her just about with that jumping.
Then I will overplay how off balance I am and reach for her to see if she will reach back.
Weakly she does.
Okay, we're good. She's not sticky, is she?
No, she is not sticky.
Okay.
Except for as sticky as a
person drinking their own pee could be. Yeah, I get it.
Right. No. Pee drinker, no. She's like, it's great that you've gotten over here, but I'm afraid I'm too weak to get back across.
That's all right. I point to the rope that's still tied around my waist. We've got you covered there.
Yes, with 2 or 3 of us anchoring her, we should be able to, even if she can't jump it, we should be able to pull her back up to safety.
Is there
she latches on to your shoulders when you're over there, Dorian, and she's like, the cruel gods gave me water to drink but no food to eat.
Oh, I begin patting myself down. Let me see. I open up a wax paper wrapper. You like lady fingers?
And as she's like scarfing this food down, you can look back, you can see that this little cove or this little cave she's stuck in does have like groundwater there.
Handy.
Might be a good place to camp tonight.
Yeah, actually, I was about to suggest the same thing. And yeah, I will call that out. And when he suggests that we camp, I nodded in agreement. Like, if you guys can make it across, we will camp here. We are all rather drained from our combats. I say to the dwarf, Miss...
Oh. To the notes.
Moggy, are you recording the notes?
Where's my stenographer? I am Gilgira.
Pleasure to meet you, Gilgira. Dorian Honeybriar.
Thank you. I can only hope that some of my other crew has found safety like I have here, but not stranded and near death.
Yeah.
I'd hate it if it was just Taruk that got away. And she spits again.
I join her.
Like I said, plenty of water here to drink, enough for spitting.
Okay. Do you guys want to try to make it over here for a rest session? Where I know you spellcasters are probably pretty tapped, right?
What kind of?
I'm out. Yeah, except for
Sonder. Okay, we don't have any audio from you.
What kind of roll is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay, there you go.
It's acrobatics to make the jump with a 10-foot starting point.
Yeah, okay. What you roll is what you get, and you need 15.
Oh,
but don't worry,
yeah.
we can just keep throwing the rope across as a safety.
Can Nim jump 5 feet and then shift? It's a 15. I mean, it's a swift action.
Yeah,
that sounds daring. I'd like to see that.
I mean, all you guys do is make into the air 5 feet closer, and then he could appear wherever he wants to.
All right, acrobatics of 5 then with the right.
Yeah,
I think so. Oh my god. rolled a 4. I have a 1. I have 1 to my acrobatics, which gives me a 5.
That's all you need.
Bare minimum. Just
Very
as
clumsy
always.
looking.
All right, so Sonder does this in
I hate
heels,
dice.
but she got a 16.
Okay.
Just barely made it.
I will latch on to anyone that I think might be about to topple over.
Hey, Nim, are you my ally?
Or
Here, hold this for me, and I will cast Guardian Armor. And now my armor.
I'm a cross.
I know that's fine, but that just you're now wearing my armor, and I get a +2 to my acrobatics.
Did you do that before he jumped, though?
No, I'm gonna wait till after he jumps over.
If you did it before he jumped, he would have failed mid-jump to his death.
And that would have been hilarious. Yeah, but I
Some
make it.
ally you are.
I got a 15.
Hold on.
All right, I look at to Akage and nod to him. Your turn.
Akagi is going to shake like a dog and revert back to his human form before he runs and jumps with a 20.
Okay.
I thought your
I thought
fox
you said-
form had bonuses to jump.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all the way across.
Oh.
I'm still agile when I'm human.
Is everyone holding on to your end of the rope as I tie it around my waist?
I'm gonna loop my end around the rail tie there for the cart tracks, just in case.
Okay.
All right, here goes my acrobatics at a -1. So
Are we
get ready.
aiding him with strength checks or acrobatic checks of our own?
I mean, how would we?
Yeah, if you were
holding
on the
the rope?
same side as him, you could toss him like Lord of the Rings, but
Toss me.
but you're not.
Well, I run, I jump, and my lead foot just barely scrapes the edge as it doesn't quite make purchase, and I begin to fall.
No.
I rolled a 15.
And you
Minus
George of the
1.
jungle into the wall.
Yeah.
I thought 15 is what you had to get.
Yeah, but I've got a -1, so I got a 14.
He said whatever's on your dice,
as I
though,
said,
right?
my toe touches the very edge of the cliff as you see me begin to fall backwards, flailing my arms and grabbing the rope as I hope that it is secured enough to catch my weight.
I thought he said that,
Raspberry,
like that
we barely
15, it
knew
was.
A little puff of smoke. Beep, beep.
So Razbad was never seen again. Well, what are the watches for? No, somebody give me a strength check to help pull him up.
Okay.
I will assist if I
You can do the strength. I will assist you.
Who has the highest strength plus? Because I have a +0.
I also have a +0.
I've got
I've got a
+2.
+2.
Same.
You're
I'm a
stronger than
-2.
everybody, Sonder.
So I will assist.
I mean, you guys want to do everything.
I got
Kagae.
well, I mean,
I'm assisting whoever.
Sonder and Akage are about the same level of strong. If we're both +2,
I assisted.
Yeah, +2 for me.
I got a 16 on the die, or a 14 on the die, so 16 total.
What do you have to roll
Sonder-
to assist?
Just over a 10.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I also assist.
Cool.
Just added.
So, aside from bruised pride and a little bit of non-lethal damage, Razbad is pulled up to the rest of the party.
I'd imagine I weigh close to 300 pounds with gear.
Then Razbad falls to his death.
I'm just saying, it's not an easy task for the group, but we all do manage to get me back up.
Yeah.
Well, what's the weight rating on that hempen rope?
Oh,
No.
I
using
had
hip
to
rope?
actually take my shoes
No,
off
I
to
use
help.
the silk rope. I don't carry around a hemp rope.
I'm no damn hippie.
I carry around the good rope.
Yeah, as do I.
So this whole time, Gil's just been over there shoving your food in her face, and goes, I suppose one more night here won't be an injustice now that I have company.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I fear for the rest of the crew. Did you find any? You found none other than Tarek?
No one
We will
alive,
inform
I'm
her
afraid.
if the bodies be found.
Oh, you see that
Tarek
take a...
gave us names, did he not?
No.
Yeah.
Did
Well,
he?
No, because he didn't go look at the bodies. Y'all didn't know the names.
Only one.
Oh no, yeah, he did wail and throw some alligator tears over one of the dead ones.
Oh,
So.
that's right.
Oh,
He gave
crocodile
us numbers though, like of how many people there should have been going in different directions. Can
Yeah,
you
let's get
confirm this stuff with
confirmation.
her?
The information he gave you as far as the number of people that were left is correct. With the bodies you found and now the 2 rescued, I believe there's still 1 unaccounted for.
Yeah, we had 2 left and we found her.
Where do you think he might have gone to? I say, as we're setting up camp.
Well, Bill followed me here, but I'm afraid he went further to the west. I took to the south, and as I took to the south, the tracks began to give way. He couldn't follow. The creatures chased him deeper in. I tried to assist, but no ranged weapons, and I couldn't make that jump.
I was
I'm but a dwarf.
I was wondering how one of your stature had made it over here in the first place. But the
Crazy thing is I didn't even hear the tracks hit the ground. I still don't know how deep it is.
Quite deep, from what we can tell. Our own experiments have yielded little in the result of actual depth.
There's been stories that it goes miles deep, but that seems implausible.
Especially on an island this small.
You think you'd hit water first?
Or magma, something. But it's too cool in here for magma, right? Is it hot in this cave or is it cold?
It's cool, but damp.
Okay.
You were asking about watches. I would volunteer for first watch so that I can get my rest and meditation time to replenish my spells.
Okay. Second, third, and fourth?
Before any watch begins at all, I'm gonna trace my dancing lights along every crack and corner of the ceiling of this cavern.
Okay, it seems other than like some old debris there that Akage's foxman is on top of, and this pool of water. It seems like an underground stream that pools here. It's quite clear.
I will take fourth watch.
I can take the last one. I just need, I've got to have rest to replenish spells. So
I'll take a watch as long as we can have some form of light, even if it's a torch.
I mean, yeah, we can. I'll keep the spell up as often as I have to for people who need it until then. But I'm also curious about the pool. Like the water is fresh, you said?
Yeah, it's minerally. It's got kind of a. I don't know if you're tasting it or not.
It's not standing or stagnant or anything. It's
no.
Then I want to maybe before we leave tomorrow in the morning, I want to investigate the pool to see if there's some sort of alternate way it's flowing in here. But all right.
Yeah, I mean, give me a perception now if you want to.
Sure. See if there's any kind of flow to it. 16.
It's almost an imperceptible flow to it, but it seems like it is actually filtering out of the stone and then filtering back in on the other side.
Huh.
Like it's mineral filtered water in this little corner here.
Oh my God, we can make a fortune bottling this.
Yeah, just pay the workers to keep jumping over here and doing it.
Ooh, is it the naturally fizzy kind?
High or low, naturally fizzy.
Because I will bottle that crap.
Adhero tap water.
Ooh, Adhere, my favorite.
I will take a second watch. I will take a middle watch. That way the spellcasters can sleep.
Okay. So each four, I believe it's Dorian, Razbad, Frakes, and who else said they were going to take a watch?
I will.
Dude, will you four give me perception checks?
18 for, or I assume, plus 11, so 18.
Okay.
I got.
Go ahead.
I got an 11.
Okay.
23, 24 for traps.
Okay.
14.
All right. So most of you don't hear anything. Dorian, however, you hear faint murmurs coming from the west entrance of the cave. Not loud enough to make out, but some kind of rhythmic murmuring. There's definitely something that is not just a beast. It's got a pattern to it for speech, so it's not just like a wild animal groaning or anything, but it's some kind of rhythmic muttering.
Rhythmic, not like the insane ramblings of the monster we fought before we got here, right?
No.
Okay. Some sort of chanting, maybe?
Right, it's got kind of a pattern and feel to it, and like you think the only time you hear it is when it's crescendoing, but it's so far off that it's still a murmur to you through the echoes of this cave.
All right. I will let the next person in the watch know that I heard this before I settle down to grab a cat nap before we get ready.
Other than that,
there's no way I'm going looking by myself. Sorry.
If there's anything specific you guys wanted to do, now be the time to do it. Otherwise, the night goes by uneventfully.
Let's see.
Do you guys know off the top of your head how long it takes to put armor back on?
Several minutes.
What kind of armor are you wearing?
I think it's heavy.
I mean, what
I gotta have an
style?
hour after we wake up anyway to actually prepare spells. So
Yeah, you have plenty of time to get ready.
Yeah, so I'd like to cross, then put the armor back on.
I believe it's 10 minutes. If I'm off the top of my head.
I think it's
heavy.
I think it's 10 minutes if you're unassisted.
I think
Okay,
it's
so-
4 minutes for plate if you're assisted, 10 minutes if you're unassisted.
It's not plate. But
So 4 minutes, because I would definitely assist you being an armorer. I would be well versed in donning armor.
What about elaborate religious headdresses? Are you well versed in that? Okay, I don't know.
No, that's your area of expertise, is it not?
I don't do
High
liturgical
fashion.
clothing.
well, my point being is if we're fighting things that are intelligent, they probably have weapons. So I want to switch a spell out.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do that.
That's why I want to get rid of that guardian armor, so that way I can not use it.
The next morning, quote unquote morning, if it's been morning, but after your rest, we're just gonna keep calling her Gilgera. She looks infinitely better than she did the night before. You can tell she has had plenty of water to drink, but the lack of food was harsh on her. But with the food that you gave her the night before, and
I'll split my ration today with her. I don't mind it. So
I was going to say I have extra ration.
she pulls a scimitar like the others you have seen. They seem to all be similarly equipped. And she goes, "Let's see if we can go find Bill then."
Did we get confirmation from her about how many, was Tarak correct in how many he said there were? Did she know about the other boats, the smuggling operation, or any of that?
Did you ask her anything about that?
Yes.
I mean, I assumed when we were grilling her, trying
we
to
were
get
going
confirmation.
over everything we've learned.
yeah, she did say we were. Sandra did say we were confirming all the stuff he told us.
Oh, it was about the bodies. Yeah, the number of people looking for. Yeah. Well, you bring up the smuggling operation. She reluctantly, but earnestly. Well, you can give me a sense motive if you want, but she seems earnest.
Yeah.
That is a natural 20 on that. So that's a 33 sense motive.
Sandra,
Wow,
Sandra, you can definitely tell that she's reluctant, but she is being honest. There might even be a little shame, to what they were doing, because they're illegally selling goods from the Dwarven Keep. But she's not keeping it back. Now she goes so far as to say, we've got a lot to answer for, and with the deaths, whatever punishment they deem worthy for us, and this is fine by me. If we could just rescue Bill, it'd be worth it, I guess, at this point.
Oh, I wouldn't worry too much about it.
I assume a 27 gets similar feelings and put my hand to her shoulder and let her know that Desna does allow for forgiveness when errors are viewed and truly remorse is shown.
Don't touch me, orc.
And then I throw her off the cliff.
I put my hand on her shoulder and let her know my God is not as forgiving. So,
and stabs her like Dorian stabbed Akage.
I know. I did that out of love.
It's a light love stabbing.
Oh, you did it out
It's a
of a
friendship
hypothesis.
stab.
I had an uncle like that once.
Were there any other questions that you guys asked her before going to sleep?
The actual question I asked that she answered differently than I. Where do you think our crooked friend might have fled to?
Wherever
Anywhere
he thought
he
was
could stuff his head, I'm sure.
anywhere that he thought was safer than where you were at, the coward. And she spits again.
Well, the caves are pretty safe now that we've gone through them, I think. But if he's managed to find, oh gosh,
Is she willing to stay back at the entrance of the caves if we got her there safely?
I'd rather, now that I have a foothold and a way to explore, I'd rather go looking for Bill.
You can join us. We would appreciate the help if you actually stay with us rather than run.
With your sense motive, you can tell she is not Tarok. She did not run without fighting. Her story seems true 100%, that her and Bill basically fought back to back coming down this way here. When she stepped off, the thing gave way and it split them up, and she got stranded and he had to keep on fighting further into the cave.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I want to test that nearby ledge before we try the more difficult jump to see if it's safe whenever we get going.
Oh, the rock to the left there?
Yeah, so I'll secure myself with the rope again, make sure they're holding on to it. I'll leap across, see if it caves out from under me, and then we'll go from there.
All right, give me a acrobatics.
All right, a little quick.
Or give me a perception if you want it on the rock first.
All right, sure. 24.
You don't see any reason why it wouldn't hold your weight, but without being able to physically touch it, you can't be 100% sure.
All right, well, let's give it a go. 20 on acrobatics.
All right, you make your way over, and as you land, it is surprisingly sturdy.
I do a quick tap dance and say, all right, we're good, and it's a much easier jump. In fact, I think probably Nim could probably just zip on over here with his magic.
Okay.
Is it 10 feet?
Yep.
I can't take anybody with me there.
It's fine.
Dorian, you make your way up to make room for the others.
Okay.
Give me a perception check when you get to here.
Oof. 16.
You can see further in. Well, do you have your dancing lights cast for the day, or did you use them?
Definitely.
Okay. Let's put your dancing lights in over here. Yeah?
Yeah.
And as you look in, you can see that this is probably one of the larger rooms you've seen so far, and it looks like it goes on for several hundred or so feet. Your light opens up, and you can see that it crosses up, and it looks like it might even open up again further across. Also, with your perception, you get a faint scent of decay.
I tell, as soon as anyone gets I will have my weapon out and indicate anyone who comes across to do the same.
Okay. Let's get everybody over across then.
What's the matter?
I'll go.
Next.
Just tell me who's second.
No, it looks like it's Fricks.
Kage.
All right. And your acrobatics?
Pulled my headphones out 1 second.
You fell. That means you fell.
Old as Jack.
Yes. Pulled my jack.
12. 12 acrobatics.
Yeah, that's all. You need a 10.
I kind of stumble a little bit on that one.
But you were able to get across. I'm leaving you in fox form because you asked for the mini. You can change. You're going to have to change back because I'm not going to keep changing your minis.
I will change back after waking up in the morning. I'll just shift back.
Okay.
I didn't want to startle the dwarf with a weird face. So
who is third?
I'll go. And since it's a closer jump, I will put my armor on before this.
All right. Can he make the 5?
No, he needs 10.
I rolled a nat 1.
plus.
No.
5.
Did you get a total of a 5?
I got a total of a 6.
And what do we need here?
5 if it's only a 5 foot square.
Oh yeah, it's
essentially.
5 foot. It's 5 foot. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you're good.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 10.
Ooh.
What happened to one always failing? Kill him. Kill him.
It's a skill check. You do make a lot of noise jumping across.
Clang,
That's
clang.
Oh.
There's nothing new about that.
Next.
All right. We go ahead and
This is
send the
fourth?
dwarf.
Mrs. Fourth here.
I'll go. That was a 17.
Sonder easily, gracefully makes it across.
With a click of my heels.
We
There's
go
no
ahead
place like
and
home.
send the dwarf now.
Yes. I will roll for the dwarf.
Make sure she's secure with ropes.
Now that she's hardy and healthy, she does manage to get an 8.
All right. There you go. That's all you need.
Yeah. I was afraid to jump over here before. It didn't look sturdy.
She's also under the mat.
Oh. Well. I can't always be perfect. Just
Damn
most of the
it,
time.
Tucker.
Everyone got the rope on. Oh no, I have to be the last one.
You don't have to be. I'm just going to shift over, but I was going to wait, and just in case you started to fall, I could
Attempt to
All
save
right.
her.
shouting.
Here we
If I
go
stand
with
on
the
the
rope
edge-
tied around my
Right.
waist.
What was that, Matt? What were you trying to say?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I rolled an 18, so a 17. I definitely clear it and land.
Okay.
And
And I'm just going to shift over.
yeah, Nim
course
does
you are.
this hocus pocus.
All right. After that happens, here we are.
I guess I'll sail the lights out and begin moving in, weapon drawn.
I want to specifically look for any fallen bodies. She said she heard him continue to fight as he went this way, so
There's obviously bodies somewhere nearby, I say, tapping my nose. And move in. Don't need to make perception checks or anything.
Or
I'm looking for traps, but probably won't see one with that. 15.
you do not see any traps. As you make your way in, the scent of decay gets a little bit more pungent, but you don't see any source from it.
I give everyone the all clear.
I follow.
I also follow and would also like to look around for the source of the death. I don't think I did much better with an 18.
So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll be number 5 or so, and I got a 24 perception.
Lingering death smell is all you got as well.
Okay.
That to the south there, that's a table? The big thing?
The square?
Yeah.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a crate.
Hmm.
That's a big crate. There might
That
be an
is-
ATV in there.
That is a big crate.
Just saying, we could be driving an ATV right now.
or jet ski,
Oh,
Could
yeah,
be
we
a
could
jet-
jet ski.
which would be utterly useless.
Oh, we got a pool back across the. All right, never mind.
Like, is it big
Yeah,
enough for
let's
something to
take
be
it.
hiding inside of? Big crate?
As your dancing lights gets closer, you guys are looking around for the scent of the death. You do start to hear that chanting again, but it's closer now, and it's more involved. You look up as the shadows part. You can see that there's this bridge goes out over another endless expanse, but over towards the other side, you can see kind of a glowing vein. And at first you didn't recognize it, but then you see a shadowy figure. It turns its attention towards you and begins to chant and chant and chant, and it becomes loud and rhythmic.
Right.
And a wash of negative energy expels from this shadowy form, washing over the whole area. And we'll see you next week.
That's
I wasted on my crossbow.
That was a quick episode.
It was an hour.
So when it's full of excitement like this episode, it flies by.
We spend most of this episode jumping over a chasm. Thanks
and
for tuning in.
Setting up watch. The only thing we didn't do was talk about taxes, so we can do that and close it out.
Yeah, taxes.
WHY. Am I
Who's
right?
closing us out?
We did do some role play. Goddamn.
Yeah, role playing happened. That sort of thing.
You're rescuing Gilgura. Oh, I do know what I want to do.
Oh, okay.
If I can find it real quick. Oh, where is it? I can't find it real quick. So you guys just keep talking.
Shit.
Well, let's not forget about our rivals. The other local podcast, right, Terrence?
Yes. Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
we weren't doing the rival thing.
Yeah, I don't wanna
No,
do
that's
a
just me. That was just me
rival,
being snotty.
Oh my god!
What?
I thought I was muted.
Did you just not?
Just not talking.
Off camera. He's off camera.
He's off camera.
Okay.
I did realize. So we've got our Patreon levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we're doing the bump bucket.
Correct.
But I've
Right.
come to the thing is that Josh has been a huge proponent of the bump bucket, but he doesn't just give me a stupid name that I can throw to people. He gives me backstories to characters.
Right.
And it's hard to throw in some of these characters when you're in the midst of a dungeon. So I'd like to do right now is just go through and pick out one and just tell you what it is that he wrote, because I think it's a funny one. So we're just going to do what I'd like to call an NPC spotlight from the bump bucket.
Yeah.
NPC spot.
Back in January, Josh sent us this character called Mama Bottom Muffin. This is a character you can find in Yarnum. Maybe you've visited her shop.
Maybe.
She sells muffins or all assortments and flavors with frostings and sprinkles if desired. Yet she will tear the bottom of the muffin off, which you selected, and consume it before you and just hand you the top half.
No, that's the good part anyway.
If
She's
you
a
do
saint.
not pay or refuse said muffin, she throws it in your face and hurls insults like a drunken sailor until you pay or run off. I just picture this super heavy set halfling who spends all day eating the bottom parts of muffins and selling the top halves and then yelling obscenities at people.
Well,
I love that woman.
She's smart. She's selling the good part of the muffin. Nobody actually really wants the bottom part of the muffin.
So
That's
we
the
I like
Seinfeld
it.
joke.
I like it when it's a little bit burnt. It's kind of crunchy.
But
What I like to
I
do
do.
is I take the bottom part off the muffin or cupcake, put it on the top one, especially if there's frosting, and now you have a muffin sandwich.
Mhm.
They must hate you at Perkins.
They hate him everywhere. Don't worry. I'm sure they hate him at Perkins too.
There's a reason that we're all online playing together and not in an official business anymore.
Yeah.
Most people hate us.
Ouch.
You know, when we were at the Green Dragon, they put us at the back table for a reason.
Yeah, next to the bathroom. Scott, you're a cruel, cruel man.
I've still never met Scott.
Oh,
I never met Beowulf.
Meet him.
Not
It'll
me
take
in
an
there.
hour.
Yeah, really. He will
I
hook
like to
you
talk.
into some random story.
I love talking to Scott though, because it's like it's a roll of the dice every time you talk to him of what's going to come up and how long it's going to take, and sometimes it's really interesting.
Sometimes.
When I go back to that area, if I don't normally when I'm in that area, I want to go to that little Asian market and I want to go to the Green Dragon. I want to hit both up. If Beowulf's working, I can go to the Green Dragon first, or I can go to the market first, get whatever I want, shoot the shit with him for a minute and leave. If Scott's working, I make sure to go talk to Scott first, because if I got any frozen products, there's a good chance Scott will rope me in with a story and they'll be thawed before I get in the car. Wonderful stories. You just have to pre-plan.
Yeah.
But last time I saw Beowulf, he did say it was nice to see us unrotoscoped for a change. So I think he's still watching the show. And if he is, I appreciate you watching the show.
Yeah,
and hopefully we can
Beowulf.
come game in person before too long.
Yeah, we should do a live show from there.
But thanks
we should
everybody
do a
for
show
watching.
there.
I hope you had a good time. Next week, less camping, more combat. See you next week.
Hey.
Hey.